Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Brother Devlin from the Straitway, Georgia Assembly. A special shalom to all my saints of the Most High Yah, and hello to all my enemies. This is part 2 of our garden, and we're just going to give you guys a quick tour of what's happened over the last 4 weeks. Today we planted some more flowers, some 4 o'clock, some sunflowers, and several other different varieties of flowers to keep the pest away. We also planted some cucumbers and some watermelon on today. In some buckets, we did eggplant, cayenne pepper, some mint, basil, and some chives. Our lettuce we had from last time is growing up beautifully. We also have some parsley and cilantro. We have some celery in these 2 containers here. Today we planted some okra in this section. We'll plant some more in probably 2 more weeks to fill that whole row up. And down here we have some Swiss chard right here. That's starting to grow in. That's about 4 weeks old. We planted everything from seeds this year that's in the ground, so it's not as fast as everything that's in the pots. Here are our strawberries. They are still growing some. We got some super chili peppers here. Some green thyme. We got some more lettuce we planted that hasn't came up yet. In this row, we got some collard greens. They're coming up beautifully. We have another row of collard greens over here. As you can see, the collard greens are coming up quite lovely. They're growing everywhere. We got, I think, 6 hills of collard greens. We have some oregano planted in a pot here. And here is that lettuce from last month. It is sprouting very beautifully. Coming back around, we got some cabbage. It's just now kind of sprouting up a little bit. We had to replant the first hill because it didn't come up as we planned on it, but the other weeks, week 2, 3, and 4, as we did, those have came up. In the next row, we have some kale. It's coming up, but just very slowly. It doesn't come up anymore in the next week or 2. We're going to replant that kale as well, probably with some Swiss chard, because Swiss chard is definitely coming up. Our spinach is also coming up great. We got some here, and we got some more back here, and that fourth row back there. Got some more spinach. And we got 2 varieties of lettuce. We got some big lettuce coming up here, as well as some Paris Island lettuce coming in the backside, and it's also growing up. In these buckets, we're planting some white potatoes in this bucket. We're going to plant some Roma tomatoes in this bucket. Red beans are in this bucket. Cauliflower in this bucket. We got some pinto beans in one bucket and black beans in the other bucket. Sweet potatoes should be here Monday, so we're going to have this big whole section over here of sweet potatoes. We're going to dig just a little deeper. We're going to plant this whole section here of nothing but sweet potatoes. In this row, we got some broccoli coming up. As you can see, it's just now starting to sprout up, but it is coming up. The peas are doing fantastic. That's what we planted about 2 weeks ago. And this is what we planted 30 days ago. The peas are definitely coming up great. Today we planted some Kentucky pole beans on today in this row. And some California Wonder bell peppers in this row. And some giant delicious tomatoes this stage every year. And since the last time we talked, we added a section of flowers behind the garden, behind that cardboard row right there. we've added some flowers over here in front of where we're going to put the yellow squash and zucchini next week. But we got some flowers coming in here in these little pots. I found a couple of white potatoes here, and they're actually coming up great in this little one section here. I see several of them already sprouting up. It's only been about 30 days. They're growing actually very fast. And last but not least, we got some more flowers in this section over here. We got some more different type of wild flowers that's going to be growing in that kind of help keep some of the pests away and also make the garden look beautiful at the same time. Once again, the garden is not 100% finished. We are still working on it daily. We're doing the best we can. We're trying to, work out in this B system and take all the Federal Reserve notes we can and come home in the afternoon and try to get this garden. But you can do it, Saints. An hour a day, can go a long way over a long period of time. Just get in what you can when you can. Like I said, we try to make sure we had as many green vegetables as possible, and then we planted some other different things like beans and stuff that we like to eat, so we kind of had a good variety of stuff. In about 2 months from now, this should cut our grocery bill down probably by at least $30, because we'll have so many different varieties of vegetables. And back here, I forgot to show you this section with we got the radishes. They're coming up great. They ought to be ready in about 2 more weeks. Some of these radishes here. We got some red onions coming up in the middle section. And you can't see it probably because the video's not zoomed in close enough, but there are some different color variety carrots. They're going to be red, orange, yellow, and purple carrots. We got some different colorful variety carrots that we planted this year. And like I said, we're just trying to really do organic. We're using a back-to-eating method as best as we can with the mulch and different things we got. We use compost, cow manure, organic soil conditioner, azomite. We use mulch, and we have some potting soil for the different the pots that we use. But we're using everything organic. We also are using coffee grounds as well as fertilizer too, and it also helps keep ants away. And once the squash start coming up, we're going to get some eggshells and crush and throw on top of the mounds of mulch to kind of keep slugs and things that way. So we are doing everything organic this year. We're still growing in grace and in knowledge. We're learning more every day, but we just want to encourage all you saints out there to plant your garden. Now go home and read your Bible, as Brother Zach said. Shalom.